Hello everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Hope everyone is well. All right, be sure that you like, share, subscribe, and hit that subscribe button down below. Okay, this will be for December 2025, right? High road. That's what I'm hearing so far. All right, so let's get into this. Okay, all right, all right, all right, all right. I knew. Spirit said, breathe. And right when I heard that, I started shuffling. Your overall on the bottom so far is air. Some of you may be dealing with an air sign. Some of you may need like a respiratory cleansing, being able to, I guess, get like extra like cold or sickness or whatever out of your chest. All right. Some of y'all are nervous about something. It's like consciously, I got this feeling like consciously, like of course, like consciously you're having butterflies. Again, you're nervous about something. But it's of you. Do some of you all feel like, you're drowning in some instance? You feel like your 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 spiky demeanor is to keep people out, away from you. Okay. All right. The worst thing you can do is isolate yourself. Spirit says, okay, you had Rainbow come out. You are a very dynamic person. Like, like literally, you are a very dynamic person. When people look at you, it's just like they see so many different faces of you, and they just see different colors and characteristics about you. You are a very interesting soul. You're very enlightened. And that shows off many different ways to other people. This is also going to help you elevate and have an opportunity come in. All right. Um Again, those thorns that I saw in that overall energy, those butterflies and these antlers on the top of this animal's head, all of those things have significance to me. They all have significance. Because you're either trying to keep people out of your personal space, or you just don't want people around at all, or you're willing to buck if someone gets too close. There's a relationship with all of those three things, okay? But needless to say, the enlightened part of you, the ones who do see it, there's going to be some type of growth. There's going to be some type of There's going to be some type of opportunity in the midst of something coming down. All right. You may feel like you have more gloomy days than you have bright ones. Just remember, you have an aura about you that no matter how dark it may be, your true self is going to shine through. This is why you keep elevating. It's because even on the times and days that it doesn't seem like any sun is going to come through, you make do with the light that you have, and you put in the effort to make it have different spectrums and show different spectrums. That only comes with effort. That only comes with wanting to go to the next level, not forcing yourself because either someone told you or, it's just like the trend thing to do. There is a mindfulness when it comes to you being able to be your true self. So, I don't know who that was for, but okay. Let's see. Oh, almost poked you in the eye. You had grief, love in the reverse, humor in the reverse. What's your overall energy? Forgiveness. Okay. Whew. You understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Sometimes your absence is what's needed for people to appreciate the opportunity of knowing you, getting to know you, having you in their life, and vice versa. You had love in the reverse. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And you had humor in the reverse. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. And then your overall was forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love, which makes sense because your love is in reverse. What does that tell you? Someone didn't take you serious. And part of you leaving is like an alternative form of forgiveness. It's like Spirit says, have you ever heard someone say, if such and such happened, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself? Boom. This is what I'm getting from this forgiveness card. It is, if I don't do something now, I won't be able to forgive myself. That's what it's giving. And so in the midst of you leaving or doing something for self, there's an emptiness that someone's going to experience, or maybe you experienced. Needless to say, your overall energy is coming from morals, and it's coming from morals, it's coming from ethics, it's coming from a place of peace, and it's also coming from a place of wisdom that you understand when things don't change. You understand when things don't change. In a way, you leaving is you deciding to do something that's going to leave some type of emptiness. You deciding to do something that's going to leave this emptiness is not you giving the forgiveness to that person. It's you acknowledging that you're still human, and no one wants to feel as if their vulnerability is being taken for granted. And since it may be, there's this emptiness, there's this absence. And that absence really, like, it feels like it's not really for them to feel like they are missing you. It's for you to let yourself know, almost like a self-awareness thing, like, I got you. I got you. I got you. Man, if I don't do this, I will never be able to, if I do this, I'll never be able to forgive myself. And you say, I got you. You know? So it's like you're showing yourself grace, knowing mercy is like not that far around the corner. Okay? This is an internal thing. This is an internal thing. Because it also feels like when it says that resentment blocks the flow of love, that could very well be self-love. That can very well be self-love. And when you take that away, life can seem like a downward spiral. Should you not feel as if like you're taking care of yourself, or if a relationship isn't healthy. But there's a sunken hole somewhere. There's a sunken hole somewhere, and it is because self-preservation. That's the word. Thank you, Spirit. Self-preservation. Self-preservation. You are putting the life saver on you. It's like that mask that's in the airplane. You got to give yourself oxygen before you give the person sitting next to you the mask, right? So in that sense, this is what's going on. It's almost as if like you don't even take it personal that look at that. Ooh, look, and you have regret in the reverse. Ooh, delusion. And oh, okay. So anyway, so yeah, so that's that on that. All right. You remember in the beginning when I said high road? High road? I'm taking the high road. Didn't I tell you that? And then for the fact that you had a card in the Wild Child deck that had came out, and I think it was Bloom. But either way, he had butterflies in his chest, had butterflies in his stomach, but he had his chest stuck out as if like he was confident, he was proud. And he was at peace with whatever, you know what I'm saying, this person was feeling, so on and so forth. Again, there's a sense of maturity here, and this maturity is coming through in a way of you're noticing yourself. It's like you're showing up more for yourself instead of letting things be. You're letting it be known to them. A, B, C, D, F, G. Advocacy. Again, high road. High road. High road. You know, high road. You're taking the high road. All right? Them falling into a sunken place over you is it's like that's their own demise, for the fact of you didn't have to dig that hole. You invested the energy and the effort and the character and the personality for that hole to appear. You just didn't just wake up one day and just start digging. Like, no. So interesting. You're taking the high road. It's like, you know what? That sunken hole is all you. But me deciding something important along the lines of me doing for me, yeah, that's a high road. To you, it may be selfish, but to me, it may not look that way, So look, princess. Princess of Disc, the Fool in reverse. Prince of Disc in reverse. Truce in reverse. Mm. Mm. Some of you may be in education, or you may live in a neighborhood where there's a lot of kids around. All right. Maybe skyscrapers. So let me see here. You're, you're looking forward, trying to maybe hear mature things. As far as some of y'all may be into gardening. There's a sweet potato. There's a sweet potato in the window, in the jar in the window. And there is like it's a kindergarten teacher, and she's growing a plant in the window, and it looks like she has like a little mouse, like a guinea pig cage at the bottom on the floor, and she's watching the kids on the basketball court playing ball, and she has a smile on her face. Some of you may be into arts, agriculture, something with your hands like homestead. And there again, that light, there's a light about you, that there is a light about you. And again, I have this feeling, this Fool in reverse and this Prince of Disc in reverse and this Four of Swords in reverse, this person, like, literally, I feel like they're stuck on you, like, literally. And it's almost concerning, just for the fact of, I see here they may try some type of antics to get your attention. Like, literally, it's like they know if they go to the edge, it's going to trigger something. But it's not. This person here, oh, I knew it. This person here, they got a lot going on, all right? They got some stuff going on with them. I don't know if they're trying to seek out counsel. They're trying to seek out some type of solution from like someone of a higher level. But let me tell you something. Spirit says joke's on you. Look at how the pastor has his fingers. The pastor has his fingers like joke's on you. Like, like as if like he's holding someone accountable, as like, oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Trifecta. I don't know if someone's been in a throuple or had something with two other people going on. All right. And it's like I'm looking at certain silhouettes in this card, and I just feel as if like I have this sense as if like someone's met their match, but almost like a sheep. It's almost like a wolf in sheep's clothing. But this person does not know, like, you're one of God's children. All right. Some of y'all may have gone to a funeral as of late. Maybe that's for you. You know that song by Taylor Swift, Look What You Made Me Do? That's the energy he's giving me with his fingers. That's what he's giving me. All right. All right. Whatever type of counsel this person is seeking, it's draining them dry. So you may very well be a supply for this person, with you wanting to be happy and be whole. This person is trying to figure out if they can push you to the edge. All right. Needless to say, all these cards outside of the Princess of Disc, meaning the Fool, the Prince of Disc, and the Four of Swords, all those are in reverse. So let me tell you something. Already, and even then, Spirit had me separate the Princess of Disc in the upright from the 3 cards here in reverse. This person don't mean you no good. Because if they were, I would think these cards would be in the reverse, like the other way, upright. And they're not. I see you making an honest living. I see you doing something that makes you feel fulfilled, feel strong, right? And then there's this other energy, there's this other character where they don't have good intentions. And you have to understand also, you know, light attracts dark things. All right? And dark things are attracted to light. You don't see a moth in the daytime, but if you turn on the light at night, what happens? That moth is attracted to that light. All right? If you have a light about you that people are drawn to, you got to start figuring out how you can filter through these folks that you encounter, because not everybody is going to be cool with you blinding them spiritually, because that's how bright you shine. All right? When you shine bright and people can't afford sunglasses, they can't afford shades, they liable to look into the light, into the eclipse, and fuck themselves up. You are that light. You have a golden light about you. And this person knows either you're strong-minded and you're focused on what makes you fulfilled, or this person, to be honest with you, I feel like, honestly, let me just keep this a being with you. This is seriously like a dark energy. Like it's a darkness that is attracted to your light. And you have to be careful. You have to be careful, because there are such things as people dimming your light, and that's the purpose of them walking around in the physical form. Okay? You gotta understand, conscience and spirits, they are transferable. And so I don't know what movie it was I saw one time, a long time ago, but I think it had Denzel in it. And it had something to do with like the spirits touching touching people. And literally all they did was touch their shoulders, and like shit just went completely haywire. And I think Denzel Washington was in it. But think of it like that. You feel me? If you are a person that has a light, and regardless if they're attracted to it or not, you're going to get a nice blend of people drawn to you. But you have to filter these people out, because whoever this person is, this person doesn't mean any good by you. And on top of that, I don't even think this is a person that really can be a leader, just for the fact of, if you're going somewhere to try and get some type of direction, something's not right in the sauce. Something's not right in the sauce. What can it... Oh, okay. Exactly. Nine of Cups in reverse. Ooh, girl, child. I don't go. Oh, the door is hot. Get out. Spirit, you got to explain why you got me saying all these things. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If you see flames, yes, that is fire. This person is like it's like a dilapidated house ready to set fire. That's this person. Yeah, you may think it's a fixer upper, but really, you can sneeze in that motherfucker and electrical wire fire will burst out instantaneously. That's this person. Now, what's crazy is you have some ancestors looking out for you. When I say Big Mama sits at the head of the table and her crown is as wide as a peacock's when a peacock opens its feathers. Oh yeah, you have someone in a high royal place that looks out for you. That looks out for you. Your talent may very well come from this Queen of Pentacles on the mama side. All right. But oh, when I tell you, and mind you, this person that you're dealing with may not have a lot of pentacles. They may not have a lot of money. You come from a bloodline of women that may have been entrepreneurs. May have been very successful workers in their industry. All right. Some of y'all may have a trust fund. Either way you look at it, you have someone of older age looking out for you, right? And mind you, you receive those gifts. And again, you may be in arts, you may like to paint, because painting is seeming to be repetitive here. You know the creativity that you possess that has been trickled down to you. That is like, that's your strength. You know what I'm saying? That's where you pull extra from. And like your heart is like the reason why you have no problem standing up for yourself. It's because you know that you come from royalty. You come from a bloodline where Big Mama ain't take no mess. You not gonna take no mess. You gotta be careful though of who you like. You gotta be careful. Like, you gotta work on filtering however you meet these people, because right now, yeah, you may not be a person that like goes out and parties a lot. You still meet people, all right? Um Doors still open for you to socialize with different people, and you got to be careful. Remember, wherever you meet people at, that's where they're always going to be. So try not to, you know, try not to be in places where um I guess you could say like a weakness, right? So if you know the club ain't where you want to meet someone, try not to date people in the dark in the club. Try to go to the library, try something different. But needless to say, I need you to be aware that you have this rich DNA of enlightenment and royalty. And you know it and you accept it. This is why you practice your gifts and you work on them. And with you working on them, you find that it is a piece of you. And you do appreciate that about yourself. That's probably also part of the backbone for you being like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and leave or do whatever I need to do to take the high road now, because if I don't, I won't be able to forgive myself. That's what I'm getting. That's the energy I'm getting. And it's because of all these things. You're not easy to push over. You come from a rich and royal DNA line. And believe it or not, everything you touch it has a golden texture to it. That doesn't happen. Um, that doesn't happen with the devil. That doesn't happen with the enemy. That only happens with a higher spirit. A higher power. You got some people in your bloodline that had paved the way for you. Look, Ace of Wands so far is your overall energy. Okay, have that master plan, work on it, and look towards the future. Like, you have no reason to, Spirit says you have no reason to look backwards and regret anything. This is why that regret was in reverse. There is no reason for you to be regretful of anything. It looks like here you living life on your own terms. Even with you knowing that you have this royal DNA, you're not taking it for granted, and you're doing something with it. And like I said, you had the star in reverse, but I contribute. And mind you, oh my gosh, I wish you could see it. There's a sewer on the bottom of this card. Now, mind you, this is the star in reverse. So if it was the other way around, the sewer will be in the street. Well, it's in reverse, so it's at the top. And then you had a truce card that popped out, and that looks like a sewer. What's in common? The lid. The lid has slits in it. So even though water can go down there and maybe certain particles of trash, i.e. people who slip through the cracks, maybe they're really good at shape shifting, and it may take them 2-3 years to kind of like slowly show all of their colors. Things like that can slip through, they can filter through. But big things like red flags and big pieces of trash and big items, physical items, it can't go down into the sewer with that lid on it, because the slits in that lid is not big enough to let it go through. Those slits, those little filter spots that you should implement should be able to let you know what red flags should not just slide past you. That's what you've learned. That's what you've learned. You don't let things get past you. At the same time, you do. It's almost as if like you think you know so much, you don't know nothing at all. Because your spirit says you're still learning. Okay, and this is when your ancestors come in, because not only are they protecting you, but they're still trying to give you some wisdom. Yeah, you feel happy, you feel whole, you feel fulfilled. You know that you're loved by the higher spirit, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, add this on. You got to figure out a new filtering system, so then that way these red flags don't slide through. All right? So they don't slide through. Maybe take some time to yourself to kind of revisit certain things. Sometimes we do have to take that step back to reinforce certain things, especially when it's a thing of recovery, right? You don't want to skip a step in recovery, because that one step, all of them are very important, and you're going to need remnants of each step in each one. So when you leave something out that's important, it kind of makes whatever you're trying to build on sand, not on a solid foundation. Your DNA with spirit and royalty, and being able to know that you come from queens of queens, honey. All right. For you to know all these things, know that it means something. Look, virtue. Again, those flames, some of y'all may be dealing with a fire sign. Again, like I said, be careful. You need to start a different system on how you're screening these people coming in. If you want to keep that light, you need to do something different. Oh, what I say? Seven of Wands. All right. Controversy. Again, I see those flames. Someone thinks they too big to change. Ooh. Okay. Bet. Oh, yeah. Some of y'all need to find y'all one good girlfriend. All right? Because we all need one to make sure, we stay in one piece. But needless to say, it's okay. It's okay to lounge and restore your energy and relax. You're going to need that for what's coming, because opportunities is going to be knocking at your door. And career wise, whatever you're going into, your whatever industry or line of work you're going into it based off of, like, you're advocating for something stronger, something bigger. I hear revolution, okay, advocacy, and people listen to you. People will rally behind you, and they will support you. Now remember, the bigger the rally, the more controversy. So just make sure whatever it is you trying to do, whatever it is you trying to stand for, again, make sure that it is on solid foundation. And understand as well, not everybody's going to be happy with what you do. And you may very well hear from whoever this person is that they're not happy without you. Remember, there's some grief. Remember, grief came out? Well, guess what? Happiness in the reverse came through. Okay? 9 of Cups in reverse came through. And I don't get that feeling from you. I get that feeling from the cross watcher. Because again, there's a grief in regards to you not being around. And wherever you are and whatever it is you're doing, the first card that came out was you being happy and about your money and fulfilled. And this person ain't feeling that. But you stand for something. And I love that. You dropped the dead weight and you invited in an opportunity for yourself, success for yourself, and didn't even know it. Like, your elevation was tied to you understanding this lesson. It was definitely tied to you understanding this lesson. Even if that means other people feel like they're too big to change. They're on some Goliath type vibes. Like they don't have to do anything. It's like, I don't have to change for life. Life needs to change for me. That's how I'm seeing this. This person can also have different options, or you may very well have different options. Person may also be a drinker. You make sure you kind of take it easy on the alcohol as well. Be careful of that. And when you do have alcohol and you are around people, mind your drink. All right? If you leave the table, either take your drink with you or leave it there, and when you come back, get a whole new one. But don't drink off that same cup once you return. And then you have the 9 of Swords. Something is definitely over. definitely feel like there's a chapter that is closing. And so with this chapter closing and you learning this lesson definitely closed this chapter. Your elevation, your enlightenment, like your enlightenment graduation is all tied to closing this chapter, to you realizing that you are important, all right? And there's reasons why you are so important, all right? You have people who took it very serious in your bloodline to give you opportunity and space to reinvent yourself as many times as you need to, Spirit says. And when you do so, things can change. And for you, it begins with your mindset, because once your mindset is changed, that's like the first step. And some of you are acknowledging that is not a physical change that needs to happen. It's more of you opening your eyes and being aware of yourself and your strength. Let me see something real quick. Oh, I feel like this message is a hit and miss tonight, but I'm doing my best to stay locked in. I'm doing my best. I love the fact that you chose yourself. Oh my God. Why did the strength card pop out first? Oh my God. And then the Two of Pentacles in reverse. I'm loving this for you. I'm loving this for you, because my thing is this: though you may fear change, you're strong enough to take it on. You have a focus about you that's willing to take it on. And it's, oh my gosh, and it's like this time around is kind of just like, it's not like tomorrow's another day. You just have this strength about you coming out of something. You have this strength in you. All right. This thing that you're coming out of may have you feeling a lot of like anxiety. It may have broke your focus. You had the Empress in reverse. This person has really taken you out of your character, as far as how you normally will sit pretty, Spirit says. And you're a hustler for sure. The thing is, with hustling and yeah, watch your pennies, all right? Watch your pennies. Now, Big Mama up in heaven may have some couple of coins and some IRAs and some trust funds and things of that nature, and some wheels and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But you still have to keep in mind living below your means and knowing the difference between you feeling fulfilled with your work and you being a slave to it. Make sure you acknowledge the difference of how you feel when you work or do whatever it is that you do for a living. All right. I do see here again a Nine of Swords, double confirmation. Someone is going to be feeling hopeless as a penny with a hole in it, bitch. And at the end of the day, that penny will just have a hole in it. Okay? It is what it is. Now, again, I feel this being the feeling of the cross watcher. Again, that grief card. nine and second confirmation of your nine of swords. Like, come on, this person is missing you big time. But for what? For what? If you have to move on before you demoralize any of your being, where you can't even forgive yourself, maybe whatever it is that I feel like whatever it is that they went through is on top of what is going on right now. That compounded is going to keep them up. Because whoever this is, they blame one for the other. Not taking accountability, just oh, I can't be friends with someone who has red hair because the last person that I was friends with that was a redhead, she just did me so bad. Oh my God. So, no, she can't even have carrot colored hair. Red hair, orange hair. They're too close together. I can't be friends with neither one of them. But what was your part that was played in you feeling like there's a pattern? you know? So, yeah. And not only that, but your strength, just you being as strong as you are, breaks them down. Okay. And you really deteriorate at their ego and their pride. You deteriorate their ego with your strength. And then the next thing that is to be problematic with you is someone's pride. When they can't break you one way, they try to do it another way. But it backfired on whoever this is, because this motherfucker is up. And this motherfucker is up. And when I say this nigga is rising up out of their sleep and just totally crying, it is what it is. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. Point to the blank, to the period. No ham, no ma'am, no turkey. Boom. Completion of a cycle. The world. You have finally broken a cycle. You have arrived at being whole, being fulfilled, feeling fulfilled. Didn't I say something about a triangle of some sort? Okay, you do have a 3 of swords down here so far as your overall energy. And again, this is you. This is you closing this chapter out. Saying, again, if I don't do this, I won't be able to forgive myself. Self-preservation. Self-worth. All right? Good job. You close out a cycle and you have a new one coming. This is why I say you dropping all this dead weight is going to make it so that you can retrieve your coin back. All right. We're going to affirm and confirm. All right. You are going to be able to readjust and get your joy back. All right. Whatever this person had you grieve about, they're receiving that twice over. All right. Twice over. So Spirit says, don't you worry. You may have lost a coin. You may have dropped some tears, but them angels take them tears, okay? And they do something with it, all right? Yes, Queen of Cups in reverse. It comes to a point you cannot find remedy for your insecurities in other people. You have to stay and be accountable, all right? You only know how to love you. You only know how to take care of you. And until you're able to explain and justify, you need to continue to work on you. Period. If you know you like rose petals in your water, but yet he still keeps putting fucking sunflowers, say something. Otherwise, you need to go back to the drawing board and you need to date yourself a little bit more so you can become comfortable with vocalizing the things that you prefer, do, and don't want. All right. It's not a thing of you standing your ground. It's a thing of knowing what you stand for. This is why I say you're taking the high road. All right. Again, you're taking the high road. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. All right. This person, I have this feeling they may not be really motivated, like pretty much depressed. This person is like a reflection off this Nine of Swords. You know, this person is really feeling it inside and out, but they probably didn't care too much about how you felt inside out with what they were doing. All right, you did have a Nine of Cups come out, which of course I will say that is to be expected, because guess what? I already knew you was going to be content for December. All right. I already knew you was going to find some stability. I saw it in a spiritual realm. This is why the cards came out how they did. And it's like, I see you sitting somewhere close to the time of New Year's Eve. And some people may feel bad about maybe bringing in a new year by themselves, but you seem to be very at peace with it maybe just being you standing, because you rather be in love and in peace than be in like toxicity and worry and have anxiety and PTSD I hear. So you're cool with just it being you versus it being you and someone else, and you don't feel the same. Like your strength really carried you through this chapter, and this strength that you have for yourself, I just want to let you know, Spirit says it is real. You are very strong. You are very resilient. You have more love for yourself than you know. You just base the love that you think you have for yourself off of how other people treat you. And that's not how you're supposed to judge and gauge your love. Spirit says you need to take a step back, okay? Just because there's a partnership between you and someone else, that doesn't mean that like they have a genuine connection or genuine love for you. You and the higher spirit. Now that's a genuine love and genuine connection. So when you feel like you down, or you feel as if like this person is dimming your light, they're only dimming your light if you put your standards of how you supposed to be based off of what that person like. So say for instance, you may like putting red fingernail polish on your toes, and this person comes around and they're like, oh no, I like white, and you switch over to white, but you were totally at peace with them being red. Are you going to allow this person to like help like fluctuate what it is that you was cool with to cater to them? Or you just going to keep being you? Like if you don't like them, get some press on nails or some shit, figure it out. But if I like red, I like red. You're not going to tell me to come in here and get white if I know I like red. Suck it up, buttercup. That's what you're learning. Advocate for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Stand on business for yourself. And once you realize how you want to be respected, and you put some spit on it when you say it, yeah, people do move different. But guess what? This is a personal transition that needed to be had. All right. Overall energy on the bottom is the Six of Swords in reverse. This was something that needed to be had, because if you were to stay, again, I hear someone say they wouldn't be able to forgive themselves. All right. You're staying when you know that there's a resistance to change. And you know this person may very well just, again, a sunken hole. They dug that hole with probably their actions, their movements, etc. If you keep carrying that, when will you have time for opportunities? Again, you're cracking the code of you knowing your worth and who you belong to, you know, and what world you're a part of, what family you're a part of. I like the fact that you broke through, even though it may have been uncomfortable. You broke through, and you allowed your strength to pull you through. Like, even if you didn't think you had it in you, it was always there. It was always there. So close this chapter out knowing that you have understood the assignment. All right. Base how you view yourself off of how God views you, the higher power views you, not how man needs you to be. And I think that's kind of like the the complexity there. It's like, how can you stay strong and be your own person and still feel whole when the person that you're dealing with is the opposite? That's what I'm getting. And the honest truth is, like, I pulled out them first 4 cards, they don't mean you any good because they're stubborn. They can't put their money where their mouth is. And if they have to go through special arms and officials to have order, they clearly can't lead you. So you separating yourself and continuing to do things that make you smile and continue to make you strong and fat in your pocket, you continue to do that. If you choose not to, just understand what I'm telling you. You've already said it, that if you don't, you won't forgive yourself. So who is the commitment more to? Is it to staying and dealing, or is it to moving forward and standing in your truth and owning your victory? Because again, you do have opportunities coming. So you're at the fork in the road. Spirit says you at the fork in the road, bitch. Wheel of Fortune right behind that. Ooh, yes. And the double in reverse and the temperance. And the 10 of cups. Look, let me tell you something. Please make the right choice. Choose yourself. You've been choosing yourself this whole entire spread. I need you to continue to do that, okay? Don't feel bad about this emotional baggage. This emotional baggage is from this cross watcher. They got shit that they need to work out. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Now that you know that, you completed this cycle, a new cycle will start. This mofo will try to come back, but you keeping the door closed and you keeping that commitment to yourself, saying that I left so I can forgive myself. That's what this person does not understand. But there's going to be a freedom that comes with you declining this love offer from this person. And that is divine love and wish fulfillment. You had the 9 of Cups out and the 10 of Cups, bitch. Don't play with it, okay? All right, this is what I have for you all. I hope this helps, and I hope that for December, this is something that can help clarify a couple of things. Come back periodically through the month of December to see what resonates and what doesn't. And of course, be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time.